Good day, everyone. Um, today
Good
we're gonna
day.
yeah, today we're gonna be discussing chapter 13, creating a wish list program. I'm here with my navigator, Marvelous.
Mm.
So yeah, let's begin. So creating a wish list program, right? This is basically how the wish list basically looks on the web page after you make it. So let's see how that's presented. So here's your wish list, and basically you just type um, the things you want on your wish list and you add it, and it gets presented over there. Dog, cat. And when you click add it, when you put it here and then you click add it, it gets presented on the list. Then you can print your list as well, and then here's a printed version of your list. So that's how the wish list works. But let's see the code that was written in order to build that front end. So starting off here, we have two variables declared here. I think I should open it on the console. Yeah. So there's two variables declared here. You have print button, add button. As you can see here, in print button, you have your get element by ID, which accesses your printable ID. And with this event listener, what it ensures is that it adds an event where you can click the print button. So essentially, you can print this button over here, print your list after you insert your values. And then the add button here ensures that you can click edit. That's what the event listeners do here. Then you have this array, let my list. Basically, it's an empty array so that whenever you enter values in your list, then it stores those items as well. And here we have this function over here, add the thing. This is basically this function here calls this function add to the list. And let's talk about this function add to the list. So once it calls this function here add to the list is executed, and basically what this one does is it has this push method where it pushes the items that you choose into your list using the push method. And also here it has create element, which basically creates a new element, and a new HTML element, li, which is for the list. Alright. And then you have my list area, append child. This basically continues to add the items to the list, basically. And yeah, it basically appends the items to the list. That's a way of seeing it as well. And then console.log my list. This will basically print out, or let me say present the items on your list. So when you type here, it presents the items on the list, and then you can print and so on. And then that's the function add to the list over there. And then there's the function to reset. So as you can see here, apologies. Here reset input was basically called, right? Here's the reset input function. What this does here is when you type the thing that you want in your list, right? And you press edit. What happens is now the box is empty. The reason being is because this function resets input. Basically, it resets the function over here so that there's an empty string. So the value will be an empty string in order for you to type the next thing and add it to the list. So that's the reset input function over there. And then we have the function to print the wish list as well, which is print view, right? So here you have your get element by ID. It accesses the list page ID, and same with here. This accesses the form area ID. And over here we have my list dot sort, which basically sorts your list in a specific let me say order, if I may say. So here you have your list here, and when I continue adding to the list, supposed to click add. Oh, sorry. So when I continue adding to the list, basically it sorts the list in a specific order. That's because of the my list dot sort. Alright. So sorts the list in a specific order even after I print it. You see? And then it's presented in a specific order. Then we have this here, this last line of code. Oh, is there anything you want to add, Marvelous?
Nothing to add.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna get back to something here first, but I just want to talk about window.print. So this last line of code, basically it opens a new dialog. So it opens like a new window when you press click when you click print, let me say. So when you add to your list, right, and you press print your list, opens this window over here where it allows you to make a final print for your list. That's because of the window.print line of code over here. So that's what that does. So yeah, just want to also talk about this array. Basically, like when you make your list, the array stores the items, right, within the array. So when I make my list, it's gonna eventually store the items in the list. So here's my list, right? And when I call my list. When I call the array my list, immediately it's shown over here. PS5 by cat dog. That's because I made the list over here. So the array basically stores the items there, and I can add to it. So car, when I click add to it, car is added to the end. You know, when I click to it, bunny is added to the end, and so on and so on. So it's, the more I add on the list, the more items are added to the array. So basically stores the items on the list, and I can call it by clicking my list over here. And yeah, that's basically how a wish list basically works with the array and the different HTML elements as well, and so on. So yeah. Any last comments, Marvelous?
No.
Alright. So also console.log. I discussed this. This presents the list as well after you add the items over here. So yeah. But that's basically it for chapter 13. And yeah, thank you, Marvelous, and thank you everyone for watching.
Okay.